I thought you might be interested in having a look around this bedroom, which I decorated in the autumn. It was actually my son's bedroom originally, and I wanted to redecorate it because he'd left home, even though I got quite a few comments on the Instagram post, which I originally put on, saying it was very pink. And I said, I know it's very pink, but the thing is, he's actually left home now. So I've made it into sort of a nice spare bedroom. So when he does come back, maybe with a girlfriend, then it'll be a lot nicer for her to stay in rather than what it was like before, which was pretty ghastly. So I just thought I'd go around the room and I'd show you what I did and how I put it all together. So I started off, cleared the room out completely. We're getting a new carpet and everything. Anyway, the cupboard doors were horrible. They were very sort of nasty, just normal doors, and they were far too big for the room. So we got rid of those, and I got the joiner to come and put some just flat MDF doors, and we divided them into 3 as opposed to 2, which meant that when we opened the door in the room, it wasn't going to completely take over the whole room, because it's not actually a very big room, this. Then I also got him to put a picture rail up, which is quite important because it makes the pictures look so much better if you can hang them off chains and on hooks, and you don't ruin the wallpaper. And then I used my Barley Birds wallpaper to wallpaper the whole room, but I just went up to the picture rail. And then all the woodwork, I just painted the same colour, which was a blue colour. I think it was Paper and Paint Library. I can't remember the name exactly of the colour, but anyway, I painted it all blue. And then what I did was, I always say to people, don't paint the ceiling brilliant white, which is such an easy thing for people to do. The instant thing they do is paint the ceiling brilliant white, which I have to say I've done loads of times, and then I've suddenly regretted it. But if you painted a cream colour or something off-white, it just looks so much nicer in the room, and it stands out less. And also, if you have a bright ceiling, it's going to cast a horrible bluish colour onto everything below it. So just remember that tip. It's a good one. Just paint the ceiling a cream colour or an off-white. Anyway, the next thing I had was there's a layout of this room. So what I wanted to do was I got rid of the curtains, which were here, which I loved them, and they were my fabric, but they were taking up quite a lot of the room in the room. So what I did was I replaced them with a Roman blind, which meant that I had more space to play with when I reorganised all the furniture. So then I got a bed, which I got from the Cornish Bed Company, which is sort of an iron bed, which meant that I could put it in front of the window, which actually is quite an American thing to do, but I really like it, to tell the truth. And it doesn't obscure the light because it's an iron bed and the light comes straight through, so it wasn't obscuring any light, but it just meant we could put 2 side tables either side of the bed, and I got those actually from Ochre. It took me ages to find them, but I'm really pleased with them actually, because they're sort of different, slightly different, and they're painted and they don't look like they come from Ochre at all. In fact, I was really impressed with them. And then I got some big, tall lamp stands, or lamp bases, and they came from Pooky, but they're just plain wood, so they just fit in really well with the rest of the colours. And then I got Sarah Jane, who works for me, and she did the lampshades, and she made those, and they're just an empire shape in my fabric, which is called the Zara red fabric, and she put some pom-poms around the edge just to add a bit more texture. So anyway, the room carried on around, and I ended up having an old chair which I'd had recovered in some of my fabric quite a bit ago. So I put that in, just somewhere that you can throw some clothes onto it or sit down if you need to. And then I had a chest of drawers in here, which originally was far too big for the room. So I got rid of that. And then what I did was I put in a smaller chest of drawers, but sort of high enough so you can see yourself in the mirror, but low enough not to dominate the whole room. And there isn't really any room for a dressing table in here, so it sort of had to act as a dressing table come storage. So I've scattered around other sort of chairs around the room just so you can put things on, like your suitcase or bag or whatever you want. And then again, the pictures, I actually started this room by using one of the pictures for my colours. And there were these pictures that my son really liked and he didn't really want to get rid of them. And I thought, well, that's good. I'll just use them as a starting point. So I used them as a starting point, and then I've hung the chains on the hooks on the picture rail, and actually they don't take up so much room and they just look so much neater. And I haven't had to bash in massive holes in the walls to put the pictures up. And then I also had some other pictures, little watercolour pictures which were done in the wartime of where we actually live. So I had those reframed. So I used all the art that was in here before, but I just sort of made it a bit better and just sort of updated it. And then on the floor, I put on a new, it was Crucial Trading Company. I think it's called, I can't remember now, the name of it, Empire or something. I put that on the floor, and that's much nicer, and it's sort of like a natural colour, and it adds a texture as well. And then on the beds, I just kept that very simple. I just made 2 cushions out of my fabric, which is from Opulent pink fabric, which I've got. And I just trimmed them in a velvet from Samuel & Sons, which is a red velvet piping, ready-made piping, which they do, which is very useful. And then on the bed, I always get asked what the cover was, and it is pink. I know it's pink, but it's quite a nice sort of browny pink. And I got that from Loaf, and it's actually a coverless duvet, which is a good thing to have. So he can take this off if he wants to in the summer and use it without having a big massive duvet. And then again, I sort of put by the side of the bed, I just put some sheepskin rugs. I just think that adds another texture. And so that is the room, that I finished room. So it was fun doing it. I love doing it. I do all my own decorating, wallpapering and painting. So I did everything in this room. I made the curtains. I didn't make the blind, which Annabelle Mills made the blinds. She's very brilliant at doing all the curtains that I have done. Sarah Jane made the lampshades, and I did have the chair covered quite a long time ago, but I did actually make the cushion on the chair. And anyway, I really enjoyed decorating, and I hope you enjoyed having a good look round. Do let me know what you think.